I think Ethereum is having its 2017 moment now. Now is the time that Wall Street will take tokenization seriously, and it's taking place on Ethereum. So I do think it is the biggest macro trade for the next decade.
Cryptocurrency's biggest news just dropped. This is unbelievably bullish for Ethereum, Solana, Cardano. Many altcoins will benefit from this, so smash the like button, subscribe to Altcoin Daily for daily crypto videos keeping you informed just like this. Breaking news, the SEC has declared crypto liquid staking activities not securities. Liquid staking activities in connection with protocol staking do not involve the offer and sale of securities. Make no mistake about it, this is huge. Over the next 3 minutes, you'll understand everything. Of course, this is the first big announcement by the SEC since Chair Paul Atkins announced Project Crypto.
Today, I'm announcing the launch of Project Crypto, a commission-wide initiative to modernize the securities rules and regulations to enable America's financial markets to move on-chain.
This comes on the back of the previous crypto ETF news, the SEC approving in-kind redemptions for Bitcoin and Ethereum, allowing investors to redeem shares using Bitcoin and Ethereum directly instead of cash. ETF and Wall Street expert Nate Garassi says that it is his opinion that this is the last hurdle in order for the SEC to approve staking in spot ETH ETFs. The reason? Liquid staking tokens will be used to help manage liquidity within spot Ethereum ETFs, something that's a concern for the SEC. And with this news, we're seeing Bitcoin supply drying up from OTC desks. And we're particularly, look at this, seeing Ethereum supply on exchanges is just being drained at its lowest point in many years. A supply shock is imminent. The Ethereum ecosystem, I'm talking L1s and L2s, just hit another record, 26 million plus daily transactions. The great debate on Wall Street is happening now, Bitcoin or Ethereum. Now here at Altcoin Daily, we like both Bitcoin and Ethereum. Tom Lee is choosing Ethereum over Bitcoin. It's always very interesting when you see a very smart crypto advocate, Bitcoin and crypto advocate, talk to a Bitcoin-only advocate who's also very smart. Tom Lee says right to Natalie Brunell's face on the Coin Stories podcast, I think Ethereum is having its 2017 moment now. I do think that this is the biggest macro trade for the next decade over Bitcoin. Listen to this.
So is Ethereum superior to that? Yeah. Well, I think Ethereum is having its 2017 moment now, because now is the time that Wall Street will take tokenization seriously, and it's taking place on Ethereum. So I do think it is the biggest macro trade for the next decade.
I just see so much risk because when they made the trade-off to proof of stake, they introduced a lot of complexities, centralization risks. There have been issues in terms of more vectors for attack when they do bridges and the layer 2s. There are other protocols that do smart contracts. A lot of people are working on the functioning of that with Bitcoin, right, to enable smart contracts on Bitcoin. So how do you mitigate the risk in Ethereum that a lot of people see? I mean, the SEC could still classify it as a security.
Yes. Well, these risks that you describe seem like smaller risks compared to the fragility of the existing financial system, right? So let's say, what is the financial system's value in the US, in the real world today? Well, the GDP is 80 trillion and the financial system is 80 trillion. And that runs on plumbing that, if you're raising risks, are far more fragile. We are using trust vectors that are, in some cases, arcane systems, transfer agents that, rubber stamp things. I mean, look at the level of fraudulent activity on a traditional financial system ledger. JP Morgan, who I think is leading in terms of security for its customers and trying to do fraud prevention, still about 7% of their activity is suspicious. So you can't prevent infiltration. So is Ethereum superior to that? Yeah. I mean, so if you're comparing it to Bitcoin, we're comparing the wrong analog,
Got
is
it.
my opinion.
So if you had to put all your money into one, though, over the next 10 years, would you choose Bitcoin or Ethereum?
Now, why are we making that a choice?
I'm just curious. If you could just only choose one.
Well, if I had to choose, because I'm chairman of BitMine, which is an Ethereum treasury, then I, of course, would choose Ethereum.
Hey, guys, let's take a minute to highlight partner of the channel, Tangem. Cold wallets don't have to be complicated. This is simple. This is easy to use. Just tap the card or ring on your phone and you're in. It's security made simple. It's one tap for secure, effortless crypto management. No seed phrases, no buttons, no update. It's real self-custody that anyone can use, even beginners. Use promo code Altcoin for 10% off, link in the description. Look, guys, global liquidity is ripping. Bitcoin will follow soon. The next great bull run has begun. If you've been subscribed to us for any length of time, we prepared you for this year in crypto. Tom Lee is more bullish on Ethereum, but he's hugely bullish on Bitcoin. Being bullish on Bitcoin's a no-brainer at this point.
So what's your take on Bitcoin as we head into, say, the fourth quarter, eventually in the fall? Do you think we're going higher?
Well, I think that, to me, the simplest way to think about Bitcoin is that it's gaining traction as replacement for gold. I think that if someone wanted to understand the use case for Bitcoin, and there's many, but they're not too, they don't have a lot of conviction around something, to me, I can say easily it should supplant gold. And so I think Bitcoin should be, over 1 million over time. And then I kind of prescribing to the view that there's probably a chance that maybe the 4-year cycle is ending for Bitcoin because of the way institutional adoption of that thesis is taking place. And so you have institutional and essentially permanent holders of Bitcoin coming in. So it should be good. So I think Bitcoin should really build upon this 120 before the end of the year. So, 200,000, maybe 250.
You think by the end of the year?
Look, guys, I don't know how many times I can say this to you. We're in a major buy zone as it pertains to Bitcoin and crypto. This is a reaccumulation zone. These levels will not be here forever, just like these levels were not here forever, just like these levels were not here forever. So you really have less than 30 days at this point, and I actually think a lot less, to accumulate at these prices. And I expect Bitcoin going into end of year, my base case, $150,000 for sure, and it can get a lot higher. We showed you this in yesterday's video. Bitwise CIO Matt Hogan sees what's happening as far as interest behind the scenes, and he says institutions have never been more interested. They're not slowing down, they're buying, and they're buying more so. These ETFs are getting more popular. So if we get that historic August pullback, I would be seizing the opportunity. Listen.
August is historically the worst month of the year for crypto. So a pullback in August is not uncommon. I think if there is a pullback, investors will be well placed to take advantage of it because the broader themes driving crypto, as you mentioned, institutional adoption, that's not slowing down. In the meetings I'm having with institutions, they are moving forward with adding crypto to their portfolio. So I would take any sign of weakness as an opportunity. If we get the historic August pullback, that sets up for a very strong September, October, and November historically in crypto. I would be seizing that opportunity because I think the long-term outlook is very good.
Hey, make sure you subscribe to Altcoin Daily. My name is Aaron. We keep you informed on a daily basis. If you're a crypto trader, take advantage of this $100,000 BitUnex offer. Trading crypto is a great way to make money whether the market goes up or down, and this is a good offer. Linked below.